Welcome to another famous or infamous TFL car mashup, and today it's new school versus old school, and here comes the dinosaur himself. Nathan, tell him why that's such an ancient piece of machinery.
I'll tell you why. Because someone doesn't like the fact that it's rear drive and that it has a 5-speed automatic transmission.
Yeah, when did they invent those? 1922?
You know what? Just lay off it. It's a really good driver. I'm going to prove it.
And this is, of course, new school. Front-wheel drive with a CVT. Coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. Under the bonnet, for all you Brits out there, is a V6 that puts out 260 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. That powers the front wheels through a CVT, yeah, I kind of say it cringingly, and all that costs $35,000. What's under that ancient piece of, well, machinery?
Hey, be nice. This is the Pentastar V6. 3.6 liters of 290 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, which is, oh, more than yours. And on top of all that, this baby gets 23 miles per gallon on the highway.
Yeah, I bet you mine's cheaper, $35,000.
Actually, no, mine's cheaper. Mine's $34,175 as tested.
Rats. All right, Nathan, I'll give you that one. Yours is cheaper, but mine is lighter.
Oh, great. Well, you know what? This is how we test it. We do 0 to 60. That's the manly way to do it.
And you know what? We did 0 to 60 last week.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
Go for it. All right, remember, 7.76 was what we got in San Fran. I'm saying 9.76.
Go, baby! And... oh, look at that.
Who owes who a beer, my man?
Boy, oh boy. I mean, I'm man enough to admit when I've been completely... Guys, 9.72. Oh yeah, we did.
And so let's do yours right now. All right, Nathan, the other day, we just rewound it. 9.72 in the Pathfinder. Can you do better in your Durango, dude?
I think it's gonna be close.
I think it's not gonna be close. I think this thing is a heavy, big ass, old school.
Let's do it.
All right, go for it.
Ready? Here we go.
All right, there's no whine of a CVT, I'll give you that.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, I took you nice, I treat you nice. That's because your window is partially open.
11.37, Nathan, that is painfully slow. You want to try it again with my window closed?
With your window all the way closed.
All right, we'll do it one more time with the window closed.
I guarantee you'll be faster.
All right. All right, once again, the number to beat is 9.72 in the much lighter, less fat, piggish.
Yeah. All right, come on, let's go. Let's do this.
Family truckster, go for it.
All right. Come on, baby, go. I love you, I treat you nice.
Well, at least there's no whine of a CVT. There's the power.
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Oh, a full second slower, actually. Nathan, you tell him.
It's 10.82, and you know what? I'm not surprised. It's not as sparky off the line. It's definitely slower right off the line. I'll give it up to Nissan on that one.
Shh, I'm gonna be a little quiet because I don't want Nathan to hear, but style-wise, it's a little bit of a girly car now. It skews toward the female side of things. When it was a body-on-frame, manly SUV, well, it was brawny and butch. Now, it's just nice and polite. It's, yeah, it's much more modern, but certainly a lot less manly. Shh, don't tell him. I don't want him to even know I'm shooting this.
Okay, full disclosure. I don't mind the way this looks. It's like a, it's kind of like a cool fat car for certain people who don't want minivans, and that's fine. Here's the only problem I have with this. It should never have been called Pathfinder. It should have been Maxima Max or Viagra San or something weird like that, but not Pathfinder. Don't tell him.
All right, Nathan, I have a confession to make. I really like the new Durango. The old one was kind of rough around the edges, a nip here, a tuck there, and it's a handsome vehicle.
It is, and you know what? I love it. It's got cojones! Woo! Sexy car, very macho. I love it, and it looks as tough as it is. It really does look like a truck.
So what do you think of the Pathfinder? All right. All right, Nathan, would you agree with me that the Pathfinder is a little bit more civilized, and in that it also has a little bit more features? It's a little easier to get in the way back. It's just a little bit more thoughtfully designed car for 7 people.
Yeah, I would say that this is much more of a family-friendly...
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot.
Huh.
They can't see us.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, we're back here.
Hello.
Much more family-friendly, is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it's more family-friendly, and, you know, maybe a tad more comfortable than the Durango, maybe?
Nathan, in terms of space, I think it's about the same in the back of the Durango, but there is no leather.
Yeah, I think it's a lack of headroom, too, you know?
And no power tailgate.
Oh, yeah, no power tailgate.
And no sliding front seat. So I think from a family perspective, this vehicle is not the one.
Not as family-friendly as the Pathfinder.
The interior of the new Pathfinder is kind of like the exterior. It's much softer, it's much gentler, a lot of soft touch materials, a lot of fine stitching. You know, it's not mind-blowing, but it's a fine place to be for a long trip. It's a nice and pleasant interior. Am I wowed by it? No. Do I mind it? No, it's okay.
I like the Dodge Durango's interior because it's simple. I like simple, and it's functional, and I like functional. It's a little boring too, and I don't like boring, unfortunately, but for the most part, it really, you know what it does? It feels like a Ram that's like taking diet soda, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit truckish, but not quite. And unfortunately, it has less standard features than the Maxima. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Maxima, the Pathfinder, that's what they call it.
It's not a fat Maxima, knock it off.
I like the Durango. A long time ago, Dodge brought Roman and I out to friggin' San Francisco to drive these things all over the place, and I loved it then.
All right, I wish this drove like a Maxima, because a Maxima is buttoned down, it's sporty. This may be a tall Maxima, but it drives like a crossover.
Up here, where the engine isn't quite as powerful, I can tell you that it needs a little bit more horsepower. The V8 would be awesome up here. With that said, this is the better driver, by far.
The front wheels don't really communicate very much to the driver. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I suppose if you're taking your kids to the soccer game, you really don't care about carving corners.
Rear drive, front engine, feels like a big tall wagon, and when it goes around corners, it's kind of rewarding. It kind of hunkers down a little bit, and you kind of feel it carving into the corner.
On the plus side, there is really good and usable power. This CVT is about as good as it gets. It's certainly one of the best that I've ever driven.
This is one of the best. Maybe it's almost as good as the CX-9 from Mazda, which is my very favorite of the big 3-row SUVs.
If you're looking for a car to haul the kiddos to school, go to church, as a general everyday drive, it's not bad. Nathan, old school versus new school, obviously they each have their advantages
and disadvantages.
So on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, what do you give the Durango?
The Durango gets a lease it from me. It would get a buy it if it had the optional 8-speed. Well, it's not optional yet. I wish it were. The V8, which is optional, or all-wheel drive. It doesn't have any of those, and up here in Colorado, it's useless.
You know, that's funny, because I'll give this a lease it too. I think this is the better family vehicle of the two, but the driving experience is just, well, like vanilla ice cream. It gets you from point A to point B, but it's not very exciting. As always, this is Roman.
And Nathan.
reporting for the Fast Lane car. And remember, please
Subscribe because we make new videos every single day.
we are crazy. See you guys next time.